Hi guys, welcome back to PlanetMithril. My name is Mithril, and today I have for you my take on how to paint that brutal killing machine, Bolg! A truly terrifying monster of a character, putting the ferocity of most, if not every other orc to absolute shame. Bolg is a powerhouse of a character, and your models definitely feel it on the tabletop. I mean, just look at that ridiculous sword mace thing. Now, Bolg, actually, like most Gundabad, has quite a dull palette, very desaturated, with very few vibrant colours to help him pop. Nature of being a Gundabad orc, I guess, but I think my recipe here will give you a Bolg that nobody could possibly miss on the battlefield. Now I'm working my Bolg off a black undercoat which I've applied with Chaos Black Spray prior to painting. Brush is ready guys, let's get to it. Now I'm going to be starting off by getting Bolg's skin tone dialed in. Gundabad orcs have a strange hue to their skin, very pale and still a bit fleshy, so it's important to try and replicate that as early as possible. To do this, I'm applying a base coat using a rough 2-to-1 mix of Rakarth Flesh and Bugman's Glow. The Rakarth Flesh draws the vibrancy out of the Bugmans and helps mirror that characteristic Gundabad skin tone. Given the lightness of this mix, you'll probably need a few thin coats to get a smooth finish. Make sure you get this all over his exposed chest, back, arms and all between the metalwork jutting out of his body. Almost in contrast with the very pale sickly skin, the Gundabad armour is very dark, jagged and dangerous. So to replicate this, I'm base coating all the metalwork on Bolg now using a 1-to-1 mix of Iron Warriors and Abaddon Black. Now you can just use Iron Warriors on its own, but personally I don't feel it's quite dark enough for the effect I want, hence the addition of Abaddon Black. The tanned hide, which I can only assume is made of human skin, hanging over Bolg's bulgy bits, and the straps fastening the greaves on are all being painted using Mornfang Brown. The animal hide adorning his shoulders now and the fur of the quiver are being given a base coat using dryad bark, making sure to work this into the texture of the fur. I'm also picking out the grip of the bow and the arrow fletchings here too. The bow and the arrows themselves are being picked out with Corvus Black. With the skull emblem on his front being picked out with Rakarth Flesh. I'm giving Bolg's skin a shade now with Reikland Flesh Shade, diluted slightly more than I would normally, mainly as I just want to add some subtle shadow rather than completely tone down the pastely tone I've already put in place. All the metals, as well as the furs, hide and skull emblem, are now being shaded down using Agrak Surf Shade. Once dry, the metals are receiving a second shade, this time with null oil. I'm also shading the shaft of the bow and arrows here at this point too. With my shades now thoroughly dry, I'm going to start building back up that pale, sickly look to Bolg's skin. I'm doing this now by reapplying the base coat layer over his exposed flesh, leaving the right clean flesh shade showing in all the recesses and divots between his musculature. Good control will be crucial here, as the more precise you can be with this stage, the better the overall look will be once he's finished. I'm continuing to build up Bolg's skin now by adding Flayed One flesh into my previous mix. I'm keeping it on the slightly lower side to begin with, as I don't want to jump straight to a super stark tone, as I'm still trying to create movement and definition over his face and form. You can see how I'm being slightly more targeted here, letting the shape and curve of his musculature guide where my brush is going and trying to blend this in with the layers underneath. I'm simply continuing to gradually add more Flayed One flesh into my mix as I continue building up the upper levels of Bolg's face and body. The Flayed One really helps keep the integrity of the flesh tone whilst bringing up the vibrancy really naturally. By the time I reach my final highlight stage, I'm using a rough 2:1 mix of Flayed One flesh to Pallid Witch flesh, and I'm looking to just hit the absolute outer curves of muscle, stress the tendons, particularly around his neck, arms and hands, and just finishing off that gnarled, roaring expression. When you're happy with how Bolg's skin is looking once finished, it's time just to apply a very thin down glaze of Caribou Crimson to bring a little bit of warmth and rage back to his skin. Don't let this pool, however, as you'll undo a lot of the good work you've done so far. His eyes are being picked out with Abaddon Black, and finished off with Pallid Witch flesh, making sure to fill in his busted left eye to keep it film accurate. I'm then just carefully picking out his tongue using Bugman's Glow. and then inlaying his gnarly teeth using Screaming Skull. Now for the armour and metalwork, infused within Bolg. Now I really want to capture the sharpness, jaggedness and dangerous feel of these crude metals, and to do this I'm applying a layer, framing all the ridges, edges and points of the metals using Ironbreaker. The theory is that this really light silver, just catching the edges of the black and dulled down metal, will really help reinforce how dangerous and brutal it is. A dot highlight is now being applied to the corners and sharpest tips of the metals now using Stormhost Silver. The armour itself isn't a complicated recipe, which is a relief, but it's more an exercise in application and line work to really draw the most out of this part of the model, with the majority of the work having already been done with the shading. Finally, an optional additional glaze using heavily diluted Agrak Surfshade can now be applied once you're happy, just to rust up the armour a little bit more. The main body of the loincloth is now being layered up with a 2-to-1 mix of Mournfang Brown and Cadian Flesh Tone. Working this around the stitching, just looking to catch the material, its slightly weird rotted texture, so take your time here to be super thorough. Continuing to build up the layers now by adding more Cadian Flesh Tone into my mix. With the highlight now being applied using pure Cadian Flesh Tone. The stitching holding these rotting pieces of skin together is now being carefully picked out using Corvus Black. With a dot highlight now being applied to the upper bits of stitching with Dawnstone, just to help them stand out against the browns. The belt and straps down his calves now have been given a layer using Scrag Brown. Followed by an edge highlight of Deathclaw Brown. The animal fur, bow grip and arrow fletchings are being layered up with a 1-to-1 mix of dried bark and Knight's Crest or flesh. There's a targeted dry brush over the fur to reinforce a matted texture, and there's a dot highlight up the length of the fletchings. A further dry brush and dot highlight respectively is being applied to these areas now using pure Knight's Crest or flesh. And the glaze is then being applied with heavily diluted Agrax Earthshade once again. The animal claws over the shoulder furs are now being carefully hit with some Corvus Black. A quick highlight to the claws and arrow shafts, as well as some subtle wood grain texture, is being applied to the bow using Storm Vermin fur. Any remaining buckles over Bolg now, and the blade on his bow are being picked out carefully using Lead Belcher. Finally, the skull on his front is getting a quick highlight of Screaming Skull. The spawn of the Defiler is now finished, whether he's hunting dwarves on the road atop his ferocious warg, or leading legions of Gundabad berserkers and goblin mercenaries down from the north. Bolg will prove nothing but an absolute beast and powerhouse on the battlefield. For basing tips and tricks, please head over and check out my 5-minute bases playlist. Thank you all so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed today's video. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe to make sure you never miss a Mithril upload. Thank you so much to all our patrons. Your support is greatly appreciated and it helps us keep doing what we're doing. But I really hope you enjoyed today's video. Thank you all so much, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.